Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the Everyday Golfer. We are talking today about this is the hardest time of the year to be playing off the whites, playing off the competitions tees, to be able to get your handicap down, and we're going to talk through today why that is on this hole here. So Dave's going to take us away here. We're on the 5th hole at Woolley Park. It is a par 4, 351 yards. Doesn't sound long straight away, but stroke index 4, and today straight into the teeth. So Dave, take us away. Tailor-made mini driver in hand.
Bit towy, Chris, but it's all right.
A bit of a towy one day, but drawing back nicely.
Very forgiving.
Very forgiving, and let's talk about why this is the hardest time of year to lower your handicap. So guys, it's that time of the year where we're just getting into the season. You can hear the mowers out here today. The course looks fantastic, but what aren't we getting, Dave?
We're not getting any run, Chris, and it's not making me very happy.
No, we're certainly not getting any run out here, especially with Dave's low ones today. They're not getting much run at all.
There's no point being shallow and not getting any run.
Well, exactly. So it's a hard time of the year for getting distance, so making sure you get enough carry, making sure you get it as far down there. So this is where you've really got to be picking the right club off the tee, swinging in balance, but also knowing your numbers, especially when it comes to going into the green. You need to be thinking, right, what do I need to get onto the green that gets me over the trouble? And that's what we're going to talk about now. So it's another middle strike with not the best drive, so a very towy one. Came back nicely for Dave, but what have we got, Dave?
We've got 147 playing 152.
147 playing 152, so slightly uphill into the breeze. We're probably playing a 160 shot. So under these new head covers, we need to think, what club is that going to be, Dave? Is it going to be an iron? Is it going to be a Tacoma? Or is it going to be one of these? I'm thinking
hybrids? I'd normally take the 5 Rescue Aeroburner, Chris, but I don't know. Is it maybe into this breeze? Is it maybe that 4 iron?
Right, well let's see. Let's go with what you normally would, Dave. So you would play the hybrid normally, so we know this is going to launch a little bit higher than that 4 iron, and that's what we've got to think about. We're thinking about carry here. If we get a 4 iron, we get it a little bit lower ball flight, potentially is going to land soft and not run up there, so this could be the club.
Oh, it's a bit left, Chris.
It's a great flight. It is drawing, and it's just over that bunker and leaving itself to chip down the green. So a good shot, Dave. Perfect launch, would have carried. Again, we all know as a mid-handicap golfer we are going to hit some wayward shots. That has turned over. But if we relate it to carry, that was the perfect club for the job, Dave.
It was. I just, like you say, it just went a little bit left on me. Probably caught it slightly off the toe, and like you say, Chris, that's what you get with handicap. You know, we shouldn't really be expecting to hit a load of greens from 150 yards out.
No, and that's it. We shouldn't be expecting to hit a lot of greens. We should be able to get ourselves as close as possible. And the reason why Dave is working on his handicap, why it came down last year, was obviously inside 100 yards, being able to get up and down a little bit more, chip it a little bit closer, hole a few more putts. That's certainly what we're going to need now, Dave.
So would you say that I should have really aimed up the right, because that's an easier miss for where that flag is and you're not bringing these bunkers into play?
Exactly. So if David aimed on the right edge of the green and he'd drawn it back, that would have been pretty much bang on the flag. If he'd have hit it straight, we'd have had a relatively straightforward chip from down there on the right hand side. So we did actually think Dave was over the bunker, but we can see that he's in the bunker there, so we're going to play a bunker shot. That's what the trouble is. He's been put in a position now where he's got to play the awkward 20-25 yard shot from the bunker. But Dave, what club have you gone?
I've gone 56, Chris.
56, perfect.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the right club, Dave, don't worry.
Yeah, well, you get me scared.
So we can see here it is in line with the front edge of the green, so that would have been right there or thereabouts. Probably just bounced a little bit before and ran up, which would have put us in the middle of the green if David got his start line correct. So from the bunker now. That's a good shot from there for Dave. Landed exceptionally soft
Yeah, and that
fringe.
surprises me because this sand's quite hard.
Quite hard, but it's landed soft, but he's got a chance. So Dave's on here now for a par. We can see from the first 4 holes, Dave was actually 1 under par so far. So on the first, Dave did get a shot, stroke index 10, a 5 off there on the opening hole. He then on the second played a fantastic shot, one of the best shots I've ever seen him play with a 5 hybrid. She's let it down now with a 5 hybrid, but for a nice par. And then he's parred through the next 2 holes to get 1 under par as he had a shot on the 4th. And 2 putts here will keep him 1 under par before we've got another short par 4, another dog leg. Right. Tricky one here, 3-footer. So this time of the year, pace is key. Great putt.
Cheers.
So like I said there, pace is key at this time of the year because we know that the grass is growing pretty well. We've got a little bit of hot weather. It has rained a little bit as well. So knowing your speed is essential. So how are you practicing that? Comment below, what do you do on a putting green? We're going to have our lower handicapper on. We're going to have Frankie on and show you what he does as a 3 handicapper to help him not 3-putt. A 6 hole here, par 4, 331 yards, but stroke index 18, which is what you start to think, but this is a tough dog leg, so it's a tough tee shot, probably I would say harder than the 4th, but Dave's just bushing now. What are you having a look at? What are you using your rangefinder for, Dave?
There's a marker post, which I'm guessing is where I'm supposed to be hitting it towards.
That's always a good
I'm trying
start,
to find
Dave.
the distance to that, but
right, let's have a look.
I
What
keep
is
forgetting. It's about 200.
So 200 yards to there, so that's the line that Dave wants to go. So club-wise, Dave, what are you going to go for?
3 wood.
3 wood. So Dave's going to go 3 wood here off this tee, not go driver in case he runs out. And then you'll see it's a sharp dog leg to the left, green through there. So straight at that sign, drawing nicely, which is the shape of the hole. But not quite the launch we wanted, but
No,
again,
it wasn't.
He's trying to get the ball to run out in these conditions. So, interesting, Dave's just caught the rough there. We thought that was the fairway. They've tightened it up this year off this hole. Stroke index 18, you don't blame them. But we can see we've got around about 30 yards, 40 yards past the marker. So, Dave with his driver, even if he caught a good one in these conditions at the moment, it might have been the club for him. But when I go over there shortly, you'll see that you're actually can't see the green as good as you can do from where Dave is now. So
All part of the plan, Chris.
whole part of the plan, Dave. It's like Dave played here before. So what have we got, Dave?
We've got 140 playing 135.
140 playing 135, so a little bit downhill. Out of the rough, we're going to play this as a what kind of shot, Dave? Are you going to play with a 140 number or 135?
I'm going to play with a 135 because might get a flyer.
Okay, right. Might get a flyer. Dave, right here. And what club is that?
I don't know, Chris, because it's right between a 9 and an 8.
Okay.
I'll go 9. It's downhill.
9, right. It's downwind. There is a little bit of wind behind us, so Dave's gone 9. And where are you going to aim here, Dave?
I was going to aim sort of for the middle of the green,
Okay.
because otherwise my favourite bunkers obviously are on the left, because they always seem to magnetise my ball.
Yeah, so bunkers on the left, so Dave's going for the middle of the green, 9 iron here, 135 shot. It's a fantastic shot, Dave, launched nice and high, as we've seen from your Tacoma irons, but as I expected, a classic mid-handicapper. Dave
He can hit it further than he can.
has come up short because he thinks he can hit it further, and there's magically a hurricane behind us. So Dave, drop another one, let's hit an 8 iron and let's show where the correct club would have gone. And this is what you need to do, guys. We know that in the summer would have been perfect for Dave. That would have bounced forward, that would have ran round, that would have been probably very close, inside 10 feet. But that would have been in the summer when we haven't still got some moisture in the ground. We now need to know this is the hardest time of the year to score. We need to probably think we're going to take one more club because we need to be carrying it further, and it's stopping a lot quicker than it will be in a month or two's time.
Typical.
a great shot. Shot tracer on there, and we'll show that has reached, or just reached, the green.
9-9 never had a chance, Chris.
It didn't, no. So if we had gone here past this stake, we'll see that there is probably 20 yards, 25 yards of fairway. We've then got 10 yards of rough. You'll see the view from here very hard, and how many times I see amateurs here think, oh right, I've got to make sure I get the ball up and over those bushes. I can't see exactly how far it is, and we all know where the ball ends up for the everyday golfer, right in there. So we can see here the 8-iron did just carry past that, stopped again quick, wasn't Dave's perfect strike. 9-iron here, straight away, Dave, what club are you thinking? Are you putting this, or are you chipping this?
I'm going to try and learn from what you tell me, Chris. I'm going to take that 3-wood.
Perfect. 3-wood, or you can even go hybrid, Dave. So we can go for hybrid. We saw
We'll do
on
that
the
then.
first week of these videos, Dave hit a 52 from here. Didn't hit it bad at all, but obviously there's a lot more room for error. If Dave gets his hybrid out here, we can play this very much as a little bit of a chip shot, a chip and run. We've got all the bounce on the bottom of the hybrid. We know Richard Jones and Charlie Daughtry at Waterfront are big fans of this shot. So you see there for Dave, nice and easy to get that rolling into around about 3 or 4 feet, but no fear of that leading edge digging, Dave.
No,
Not
quite happy
bad.
with that.
Okay, happy with that. Well, let's give it a go. So 3 or 4 feet. We know it's stroke index 18. Dave's made it hard work by hitting that 9-iron a little bit short, but hybrid there has made it relatively easy for Dave to get that ball rolling, get it up to the hole. We see that people do use an 8-iron, do use 7-irons, but sometimes that leading edge digs and it doesn't quite get going. We also then see people go to a 52 or a 56, or James Robertson tries to take all the loft off a 60, and we might get a little bit of grab one time, we might not get it the next, and then we are really struggling. But Dave's taking his time over.
So would you say there'd ever be a time when you'd use the 7 or 8-iron, Chris, or would your default be either the 3-wood or that rescue?
If it's sat up on a little bit of rough, we could go with an iron, but again, it'd be much easier in using the bounce on a hybrid or a fairway wood, would be easier to score with. So Dave's taking his time, lined this up, he's now in. Can he finish 1 under for his warm-up? He certainly can, Dave.
Easy for.
Easy for. So guys, that's very important there, what we've just done with Dave. We've played 6 holes. We've talked about how it is hard at the moment because it's still a little bit moist, it's still a little bit damp, the ball's not travelling as far, not getting the run that you would normally get in the summer. So you've got to think about plotting your way around. Start to know your clubs a little bit better. Start to know how far your 6-iron carries. Start to know how far they go total. You need to know both of those numbers for carrying onto the green. In the summer, Dave's 9-iron would have been pretty close, probably 10 feet away, but because it's still wet, that's stopped and it's not ran on, it's not kicked on, and it's not helped him. So try and get out for a playing lesson. If you can't get out for a playing lesson, go to a driving range with TrackMan range, somewhere where you can get your numbers, which is going to help you lower your handicap, and we'll see you again next week.
See you soon.